Hello and salut everybody. Question of the day is, how do we keep our spiritual strength with everything that is going on around the world, in our cities, in our estate, the neighborhoods, in our household, our work, everywhere is bad news. This is the hardest time in our lives. How do we keep our spiritual strength? How do we keep going? How do we continue to believe through all of this? I have adopted 3 principles that is helping me, and I want to share with you. This is the principle, Kankuka program principle, that I have adopted. The first and the hardest is accept the will of God. How do you accept the will of God? And how do you even know what is the will of God? Especially when it is different than what you want. It's different than what you believe, what you planned, and what you're trying to do, what you want to go. How do you accept that? How do you know it is? It is hard. It is the hardest, and I'm trying. So we have to accept that some stuff that happens to us, good, evil, ugly, some of them are God's doing, trying to strengthen us somehow. And some of the things that happens to us, they are not. Some are not. How do we know which one is which? We don't. So what we do is, if something happens, whatever that is, if it is in our power, or we know a way, we have a way to make it work or to fix it, to correct it, we do it. If we don't, we don't. But we accept it, that whatever it is, God knows better, and He knows best. So what I do, I say, God, if this is of you, help me understand it. Help me get through it. But first, I give Him glory for it. And I let it go. I try to let it go anyway. And let Him take care of it. If it is not your will, I beg you to please help me get through it, understand it. That's the first principle. Try to accept the will of God, no matter what it is. The second principle is pray every day. It's easier said than done. Pray every day. One thing that reminds me of this is, today I am awake. I am in the land of the living. There's a lot of people who are not. I am seen, I can see, I can breathe, I can talk. A lot of people cannot do that today. So I have to pray every day. Because all of this is possible for me because of God. He's the reason. So I have to pray in good, bad, ugly, no matter what is going on, I have to pray every day. So that's my second principle that I have adopted. The third principle is forbidden to complain. So don't complain. Complaining is normal in our life, day-to-day life. We complain to God. We complain to our family, our friends. We complain to our kids. We complain all the time. It's normal, right? That's our normal. That's a way of life that we have grown up with, that it is part of our lives. So it's forbidden to complain? He said it's forbidden to complain, and I have adopted this. So we have to stop complaining. We have to realize that God knows best. We know the power of negativity. When you start complaining, remember when you said whatever you put out in the universe is what you get back? We spend a lot of time complaining. I'm in this. Instead of complaining, we thank God. We try to understand what it is, and we ask Him to help. We still praise Him. Instead of complaining, we say, God, like I said earlier, if this is you, I give you glory. I thank you. Help me. If it is not you, I still want you to help me. So the 3 principles that are strengthening me spiritually in these very difficult time are: I try to accept the will of God. I pray every day, no matter what. And it is forbidden for me to complain. So I promise you, if you can try these 3 principles, you will see a difference in your spiritual life. So, would you try it with me? Will you